Hello friends and welcome back to Java tutorial for beginners. Now as I promised in the previous video, we are going to write a program today that will make us understand methods better. So we are going to write a program to check if a number or a word is a palindrome or not. And how we are going to do that, we'll walk you through step by step in Eclipse. But before that, let me show you and explain what exactly a palindrome is so that it's easier to define the logic when we are writing the program. So what is a palindrome? Now a palindrome, simply defined, is a word, phrase or sequence that reads the same backwards as well as forwards. What do we mean by that? Let's take an example, 12231. If you reverse the digits of this number 12231, what do you get? 1, 3, 2, 2, 1. Now you see, if you compare these two numbers are not equal, and hence 12231 is not a palindrome. Similarly, let's take another example, 12521. Now if you reverse the digits of this number 12521, you get 1, 2, 5, 2, 1. And these two numbers are exactly equal to each other. So any number like this which is the same when it is reversed is a palindrome number. And similarly, any word or phrase, like let's say this name Hannah. If you reverse the letters of this name, you get the same name again, H-A-N-N-A-H. So this also qualifies as a palindrome. Now we are going to write a program on Eclipse that lets us actually figure out if a number is a palindrome or not. I'll share the screen with you guys and walk you through the program step by step. So you can see we have created a class is palindrome, and inside that we have main method. Now there are two parts to finding out whether a number is, or a string or a word is a palindrome or not. That is, first you reverse the string or the number at hand, and second you compare the reverse number with the original number to check whether both of them match or not, right? So let's do one thing. Let's break this down in two different functions. Let's call the first one reverse. So we say public int reverse, all right, and say int num. So this reverse method will take a number as input and then it will calculate the reverse of the number. Fine. You see here, this method must return a result of type int. So whenever you declare that a method is going to return something, it should have a return statement which will add at the bottom, right, once we are done with the program. So with Eclipse you can quickly see what error you are getting at any point of time in the program, and you can manipulate your program accordingly. So let's start. Let's create a dummy variable that will hold the reverse number and initialize it to 0. Fine. Now to reverse the number, what we have to do is we have to traverse the number, correct? So the simple logic is use a while loop while number is greater than 0. Inside this while loop, we'll take the units digit of the number and then add it to the reverse number. Then we take the digit at the tens place, add it to the reverse number. How we are going to do that? Int take the remainder, that is the first digit, by doing a modulus operation on the number. Okay, so if the number is 123, this line will give you 3 in R. Now in the reverse number, this 3 should be the first digit, correct? So reverse number, how do we calculate that? Reverse num into 10 plus R. Simple formula that will get you reverse of the number. How is that? Let's say we have, let me show you an example. Let's say we have 123, right? So this line, that is line number 12 right here. Let me add a breakpoint. Okay. So this line here, int R is equals to num by 10, will give you R equals to 3, correct? Now the next line, line number 13, what it will do is reverse number into 10. Now reverse number is initialized to 0, into 10 is 0 again, plus R. So reverse number, let's say REV is equal to 3 at this point of time, correct? Now the next line, we divide our number by 10. Since we have taken the units digit we don't need it anymore. We have added it to the reverse number. So we divide our number by 10. Now when we do that, for the next iteration of the while loop, our number becomes 12, right? Now we again go back in the while loop. Number is still greater than 0. Again we calculate the value of r. So r this time becomes num, that is 12 mod 10. So r gets the value 2, right? Now again reverse number, when you calculate, reverse number is equal to reverse number into 10. So right now the value in reverse number is 3. 3 into 10 becomes 30 plus the remainder. So 32, right? Again divide the number by 10, it becomes 1. So 1 is still greater than 0. We repeat. Now this time r gets 1 and then reverse gets, so reverse is currently 32. Then 32 into 10, 320 plus r is 1. So 321, right? So you can see at the end of the while loop, again now if you divide 1 by 10, you'll get 0, correct? And that is not greater than 0, so you'll get out of the while loop with finally reverse number holding the actually reverse number. We started with 123 as the number and we get 321 as the reverse of the number using these simple 3 steps, right? So let me take this off. That is our simple while loop, correct? Now in this while loop, we'll do one more thing. What is that? We'll finally, once this while loop is over, we have to return the reverse number. Of course, there's a function that is going to calculate the reverse. So once it is over, it should return the reverse number, correct? So simple, write the return keyword and rev underscore num. Now this is a function to calculate the reverse of any number, which you can use in this program, that is Palindrome, or any other program where you need to calculate the reverse. Now what is the next step? To check is Palindrome, whether our number is a palindrome or not. Let's write another simple function for that. Okay, let's say bool should return a boolean number is palindrome. Okay, now this will take your number, the number that you are going to check, correct? So inside this function we are going to return a boolean, right? So what we do is we simply check in the if condition that if this number is equals to the number returned by the reverse function. So we call the reverse function right here and pass this number into it. Fine. So if both of them are equal, we return true. Okay. Else we return false. Simple. Now this is palindrome, will compare the number with the reverse number and tell you whether both are equal or not. One thing that I need to point out here, that I have not used braces around this if statement. Most of you would write this code like this. Okay, but remember, if there is just one line of code inside the if statement, you don't have to need braces. So this will work exactly as it would work with braces, correct? Now in the main, let's say 1 2 3 2 1. Now we know that it is a palindrome number, but our function should also return the same thing. Our program should return the same output. So let's say system.out.println, and inside this we can directly call our method is palindrome and pass the number inside it. Now there is one point that I would like to tell you all about, that is this error that is coming when we are calling the function is palindrome. Now if you call a function, it says, let me show you this error, cannot make a static reference to a non-static method that is palindrome. Alright, so what the error is trying to say is that the methods that we have declared are not static. True, there is no static keyword here, but we are calling non-static methods from static reference. That is, one thing is that you call a method after creating object of the class, and another thing is that you call a method even without creating object of the class. So when you are doing that, you need to call a method even without creating object of the class like this. We have not created an object of this class, but we are calling the method is Palindrome. In that case, you need to make sure that your methods are static. Now, what are static methods? A static methods, it belongs to a class rather than the object of the class. It can be invoked without creating an instance of the class, and it can access static data member and can change the value of it. So the simple rule of thumb to remember is that if you need a function that is going to be called without creating the object of the class, make sure that it is static method, right? So we have quickly added static keywords on both our methods, and now let's just save this program and run it. So you see, it gives true. Let me change this to something else. 331, save. Now this is not a palindrome, so the output should be false, and we got false. So this is a simple is palindrome method in which we have done reverse of our number, checked if reverse is equals to the original number, and then finally printed the output. So this is it for a number. Now let's see how we do the same for a string. So let me get rid of these methods and start again. Now let's say we have a string, right, that we want to check. So we have string str equals to, let's say, Hannah, the example that we saw. Okay, and quickly write a method public static. Now what we'll do inside here is we'll create a string builder class. So string builder, create an object instr equal to new string builder. Fine. Now why we have created the string builder class is because string builder class gives us the methods to reverse the string without writing much code. How is that? First we'll add our string to this string builder object. How? Simple. instr dot append and just say string inside this. Now our string builder object, that is instr, has the value that is similar to our string object, that is Hannah. To reverse it, instr dot reverse, and that's it. Our string builder object is now reversed. Now inside this, what we have to do is we have to return back a string. All right, so all that we have to say is return instr dot toString, and that's it. So this will return us the string that is reversed. Now in our main method, we'll simply create an object to store this reverse string. Let's call it rev. Call the function reverse on it. Reverse string. So this will store the reverse string value in the variable rev. And then all that we have to do is we have to compare both the strings whether they are equal or not, right? So how do we do that? We compare these two objects using the method equals rev. So if both are equal, it will return true. If both are not equal, it will return false. Now let's run and check. It says true. Let us change this to, let's say, S. So now it's no more a palindrome, correct? Save, control F11, it says false. Now one more thing that I want to show you is, let's say we go back to a palindrome string, that is Hannah, and change it to smaller case, NA. Save and run. It gives you false, but our string is still a palindrome, HANNAH. You reverse it, you'll again get HANNAH. Then why do we get false? That's because the function equals checks whether the case of the letter is the same or not. So when you reverse this string with this case, the reverse string would be HANNAH, right? Now this, if you check the case, is not similar to this. Now in those cases, you call the equals ignore case method. So it will compare the two values after ignoring the case, right? Now if you save and run it, you'll get true, because now we have told our Java program explicitly to ignore the case of the string. So that was it, guys. I hope you understood this program. It was fairly simple. We wrote two methods, reverse and isPalindrome, to check whether a number is palindrome or not. Fairly simple it was, right? So go ahead, try to write few more programs that you have already written, but now rewrite them using these simple methods that help you focus on reutilization of the code, because that is the prime purpose of coding. You don't want to keep repeating the same lines of code again and again and again in your program, because then if you have to change something in that particular set of code, you have to change it at multiple places. So enjoy the whole purpose why methods are designed, so that you can edit whatever you have to at one place, and everywhere you call that method, automatically all the changes get applied. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. Keep coding, guys.